We do have Zoose from Team PZ ready to talk with us about that match that just went down there. Again, zero counterplay. Your heart has to be racing about that Forest of Niflhel match. Tell me what was going through your mind there.
We were just trying to get the one cap and secure it because they actually, well, Forest is like a really TDM, team deathmatch heavy map, and they have a comp that has 4 DPS and 1 bunker. And so we thought that we could res in some of the situations, and some of them we did. But that also makes it so that you fall into the trap of resing and then full wiping. So that was pretty well played by them, but it was a fun game. Java also stole the boss, so really what I was thinking was I was laughing because a Bunker Mesmer stole the boss.
Yeah, that was something that we did mention that unfortunately Aerox is going to have to live with for the rest of his life, being a thief that lost a boss to a Bunker Mesmer Java. Not even just a Bunker Mesmer, but a Bunker Mesmer that I believe is kind of new to Mesmer. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, certainly he's played it over the past couple of weeks, but hasn't played it competitively at all. So that, maybe adds to the embarrassment. But you guys were playing pretty well on Temple. I kind of expected that you guys would have, if you were going to struggle at all versus zero counterplay, I didn't expect it very much. But if you were going to struggle at all, I was going to expect it on Temple. And then on Forest, you guys would have, just absolutely whooped them. But it actually wound up being backwards, where you guys played actually a lot better than I anticipated on Temple, a map that we haven't seen you guys all too much on. And then, turning up in Forest, zero counterplay just really turned everything up. And you talked about how they were playing that assassin kind of meta where they had those 4 really high DPS, and they kind of put you in positions where they were going, or they full wiped you. Were you guys expecting that at all? Were you kind of taken aback by that?
Temple, I think actually Temple is the better map for us because we have more bruisers or tankier people, because we can send a person to like every fight, and when the buffs come up, it basically just becomes a 4 or a 5 point game, and then we have people on our team where everybody can just basically 1v1. So Temple's probably our better map, and Forest is probably their better map, because Forest is really, it even has NPCs for boss, so like after you kill people, you can just go kill the boss repeatedly, right, and just keep getting points. So yeah, I think it actually worked out like the way that we thought it was. And I think the only thing on Temple that made it so that we didn't even do even better was that I just died off the start of the game.
I mean, how did you guys feel with that composition you guys were playing? I mean, switching up the Elementalist for the Scrapper. I mean, in my opinion, I mean, if I was playing in your position, I probably would have, just off of, first hunch, I would have stayed with the old comp with that Elementalist, just focusing on the team fights. You guys were playing the double Resmer, going with the Mercy Runes as well. So in team fights, you might have had maybe a little bit more control. And I think that at least on Forest, you might have had a little bit more res potential as well. But I mean, actually, sorry, not even res potential, because the Scrapper actually is pretty good at that. But in that regard, I mean, how did you guys feel about the composition going into a map that you're talking about? It's TDM. I mean, I completely agree with you. But I mean, do you feel like you guys went into it with all the right components?
I think that NG is really good for just the utility, like Slick Shoes and Stealth Gyro. And yep, there was the couple of times where the stealth actually helped us out a lot and helped us get reses. I just think we didn't play as well as we thought we could play. And I think that they played better than we expected, especially on Force. And the other thing is Dragon Hunter, when they lay down, like 3 traps at a time, you only have so much stability. And the issue with actually, something interesting to bring up is EU kind of took like a little bit of the meta from NA, where they took the 2 Bunker Mesmers that ran Portal, and it proved to be really successful for their top teams. And we're kind of just taking something from them, because I think that Engineer is really good, and also the Abjured runs Engineer, and Chaith is a really good NG. And it just like Stealth Gyro is just basically like the best. And I think it wasn't an issue with our comp, more so our play, right, than the comp. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Zeus. Any last words?
No, that's it. Thanks, everybody,
all right,
for the
well,
support.
Thanks for joining us. That was Zeus from Team PZ after coming out with a 2-0 victory over zero counterplay.